Playoff Central Live. I'm Andy Scholes, joined by the Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas and Jalen Rose. And, guys, Magic seemed determined early in this game to not let the Celtics shoot threes. The Celtics, of course, make the most threes in the NBA. The Magic, the best at stopping it. It was successful in the first half, but in the end, Boston able to push their will onto Orlando and end up winning this game rather easily.
I thought Orlando was successful in terms of running them off the three-point line. Boston normally, once they get up 50 three-point shot attempts. Tonight, they only got up 37, or today they only got up 37. And you can see there, toes on the three-point line. Every defender is up. And what Boston is good at is they take what you give them. They don't settle for bad three-point shots, even though they want to take 50. However, if you give them mid-range shots, layups, they will take what you give them. They take the layups, they take the mid-range shot, and they score from all three levels. Layups, free throws, foul line, threes. They give you whatever. They take whatever you give them. And again, inside, that may have been a travel, but we don't know. But anyway, they post up. Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, and even their smalls can get into the lane and make plays. So they're not just a three-point shooting team, although that's their focus. They are, we take what you give us type of basketball team.
And it seemed like Jamal Mosley's game plan, Jalen, really working in that first half. But then Drew Holiday and the Celtics defense just really ramped up that intensity in the third quarter.
Absolutely. We talk a lot about the Celtics three-point shooting, and rightfully so, with their attempts and their makes. But what won them the championship is lockdown defense. Look at this. This is one-on-one defense. I know you love that, Coach.
Love that. Love
Still
it,
in
yes.
the basketball. And then rises up for three.
That's what I'm talking about, in your face.
That's called snatching somebody's jewels. And then right there, you see, this just a bad pass by Paolo when he's being guarded by Pritchard, not hustling back on D. But I like the advanced pass and then the lob over the top to JB for the easy two. Here's another good defensive sequence. You see Celtics crowding the ball, get the contest, get the board. But this is what I like in transition. Jayson Tatum does an immediate advanced pass because he knows he's going to get it back. And instead of forcing a three-point shot on the strong or weak side, he takes the 100% layup. 100%. And in today's game, so much talk about analytics and taking the three in transition when you have an advantage. Take those layups, and that sometimes gets you going as a scorer as well.
Yeah, and you can see just from this graphic right here that this Boston really ramped up that intensity in the second half. We're able to get up some more three-pointers. Those fast break points went up, and they just were able to grab a big-time lead in the third quarter, really thanks to the play of Derrick White as well. I mean, he was absolutely fabulous in this game. And it was a game where Jayson Tatum wasn't shooting the ball very well. He was just 8 for 22 from the field. But Derrick White, 10 for 18, 30 points. Almost a similar theme to what we saw in the first game, guys. SGA didn't have the best shooting night, but the team as a whole is just so good. Everyone's able to pick each other up.
Yeah, I call Coach Mazzulla the disruptor in the coaching profession right now because, again, he's upped the game to where everybody wanted to shoot 33s. 2 years ago, he came out and said, I want to shoot 50. And what he's done is built the offense around his players to allow them to get that many shot attempts. But to take that many shot attempts, he's also given them the confidence. So when we talk about Derrick White, who wasn't known for a great offensive player until he got to Boston, playing under Mazzulla, now Mazzulla has really opened up his playbook for Derrick White to be not only successful from the three-point line, but also inside the three-point line. And he is one of their go-to players. The confidence that he's shooting the ball with over the last couple of years is a direct coaching, compliment to the disruptor Mazzulla for saying, hey, Derrick, I believe in you, I trust you, and I'm going to let you expand your game, not only from the three-point line, but also layups, free throws, and everything else. So, kudos to the coach and kudos to Derrick White.
Today's win for the Celtics embodies why I feel like they have the deepest core in the league. So you get 49 from White and Pritchard versus 33 from Tatum and Brown. And I think back as the Celtics were trying to figure out what to do with their draft picks years ago, how they kept making moves at the point till they got it right. They had Kyrie, they had Isaiah, Kemba, Kyrie, Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
And then they realized something. We need guys that can be switchable, make open threes, and not be ball dominant.
Yeah.
See, a guy like White, he'll get you these numbers, but he's not dominating the ball. And now you allow your other go-to guys, your all-stars, your all-NBA players, Tatum and Brown, still be aggressive as they can be. But at the same time, these guys were the ones that are going to pierce you if you leave them open. And that's what happened.
And talk about what they did for Porzingis' career. I mean, who was in New York, Dallas, and damn near out of the league.
Yes.
Right?
And he was out of today's game.
Yes.
He's 1 for 5, right? So that physicality up front with Orlando gave him a lot of problems. He was one of the people that struggled as they cut down the three-point shots. And they did resurrect him as a 7-footer.
Yeah, I mean, when you just look at this box score, and if you were Orlando and you're like, well, Tatum, Porzingis, and Brown are going to go 1 for 12 for 3, and we're going to have Paolo score 36 points and grab 11 rebounds, you would have taken that before the game, but yet the result, you end up losing by 17 points. Yeah. Is that discouraging moving forward for the Magic?
It's discouraging for the Magic a little bit because you executed your game plan defensively, right? The encouraging thing that from a basketball totality standpoint is that these coaches has taken like a Pritchard, and we say 2 years ago, he was all right. But when you take away Brown, Tatum, and Porzingis, and then you say, okay, well, we got Pritchard, too, who can give you some, right? So I just love what Mazzulla has done. And I think for Orlando defensively, right, they did everything they wanted to do defensively. However, their struggle the whole year has been they haven't been great offensively. Now, what they'll continue to do with their front office, with their coaching staff, is just like what Boston has done that Jalen just referenced. They will find the right pieces as they continue to build and get better. And this young group that they have in Orlando that's been knocking on the door, if they keep them together, as Boston did with Tatum and Brown, they're going to be right there in a couple of years.
And also Orlando without their starting point guard and Jalen Suggs as well.
Yeah.
They got really good individual defenders, but they just won't have enough points. Like Paolo's going to get his numbers. Franz Wagner had a really good game offensively. But those are the only two guys in double figures.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you, Jan. I was going to say, I mean, the final score here was 103 to 86. What does a winning score look like for the Magic in this series?
Not enough points available for Orlando. I think this is going to be a gentleman's sweep series. I think Boston will find a way to get it in 5 because they're so shorthanded in particular. And as a young basketball team, they're just not going to be able to generate enough points in order to compete with these Celtics.
Well, what Orlando has to do also is they can't have 15 to 20 turnovers. They got to get more shot attempts in the game, and they got to be a little bit more conservative. This can't be a game or series where they allow one team to get 95 shots and they take 95 shots. They got to slow the game down, compress the time, and be a little bit more selective with their shot attempts, and make Boston always have to play 5 against 5. Cut down Boston's transition offense, and then also make sure that you don't turn the ball over and you get a shot on goal every time.
Yeah, so a successful start to the title defense for the Celtics, but fans a little nervous watching Jayson Tatum go down and hold that wrist, and he continued to struggle from the field. He did end up making a 3 and another bucket that kind of a little bit of a sigh of relief when you hurt your wrist, but that can be a nagging injury moving forward, right? If you bang your wrist like that. Oh yeah, you still aching?
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Yes.
Your first 10 games coaching the Pacers, I was out with a fractured wrist.
Yes.
As a matter of fact. And the one thing that I want people to pay attention to, you might see Jayson Tatum making shots today, but as a basketball player, and especially one that grew up playing outdoors on concrete, the one thing you hope to do is learn how to fall.
Yeah.
And these guys that are so very athletic, that play above the rim like he does, that floor is unforgiving and it's hard.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, there are going to be a lot more instances like this where he's hitting the ground and he's trying to brace himself with his wrist and with his hands. So I'm going to be interested to see as the playoffs progress how he's able to manage that.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what he has to say, how his wrist is feeling after this one. But when you look at the Celtics as a whole, many people are, of course, picking them again to come out of the East. Did we learn anything in this game to make you feel any differently about them the rest of this playoffs?
No, they only confirmed today what most of us believe, that they're the best team in the East, and they know how to win, and they can win in a variety of ways. It's not just about them making threes. If you take the three-point shot away, they can score on you, and then they're defensively good enough, as Jalen just pointed out, that they can shut you down. So they can win in a multitude of ways. And again, Missoula has a well-oiled machine there right now.
Jalen, how impressed were you with Drew Holiday in that third quarter?
And right now, when affordability matters most, Hyundai is committed to keeping our prices the same, with no increase to MSRP. And not just on a few of our vehicles, all of them. That's the Hyundai way.
My kids can't hide anything from me.
I'm home.
Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up.
All right, whatever. Okay. Let me cover this. So did y'all see this? So apparently there's this guy, some random guy. He walked up on DeMar DeRozan, and I think he was trying to troll him. But he ended up getting attacked and body slammed or slapped by. He says this is his tweet. He says I just got attacked and body slapped by DeMar DeRozan.
Tiếp tục mắc vào nha mọi người. Chúng ta phiên từng mũi. Móc lại một chút kiểu như này. Móc tiếp này. Nữa này. Móc lần lượt từng mũi vào đó.
4 days away, and even though nobody knows exactly where we'll see quarterbacks.
Bro, the level just started and we're already getting overrun. I gotta take these guys out and build this crossbow tower as fast as possible.
Back to Sanders next season. We do know he ain't hard to find. He also apparently hasn't.
FC Dunkin' Bucket. Now anyone can dunk.
Tiếp tục móc nữa.
With 3 sauces, fries, new mashed potato poppers, and original recipe tenders. Dunk for $7 or get enough to share for $25.
nên là sẽ đổi sang cái phần lưỡi chai thông thường này. Đây mọi người móc cho mình cứ từng mũi một nhé. Móc khoảng 1/3 cái vành mũ là được. Không móc một nửa nhé, một nửa là hơi bị nhiều đấy. Mọi người móc cái lưỡi chai thì khoảng 1/3 thôi. Móc lại cái mũi này một chút. Đây. Mình móc vào. Tiếp tục nha mọi người. Cứ lần lượt từ mũi cho đến khi được cái đường viền nổi như thế này. Tiếp nhá. Mũi tiếp theo này. Đấy, mọi người cứ làm lần lượt thế này cho mình là được. Mình tiếp tục mình móc. Đây. Thêm một mũi nữa nha là sẽ dừng. Thêm một mũi nữa. Ok rồi. Đây nó sẽ vuông góc nha. Đây này mình móc mũi nổi thì cho nó vuông góc. Cắt cái dây đỏ đi cho nó đỡ vướng, nhìn cho nó dễ. Rồi. Đây nha mọi người. Cái phần vành này nó vuông góc với cái phần chóp mũ. Bây giờ mình sẽ móc cho nó dài thêm ra. Móc dài thêm ra. Nói chung là cái lưỡi chai thì móc độ dài tùy ý nhé. Cũng không có một cái quy chuẩn gì cả đâu. Lưỡi chai ngắn hoặc dài tùy